180.
Welcome back to Online Darts, everyone. We are here in the Big Apple, actually at Madison Square Garden right now. Luke Humphries, pleasure to be back here at this iconic venue, isn't it?
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, it doesn't get boring every time you come here. It's my third year, and it's just so iconic, such a great place to be. I really look forward to coming to this one every year.
Does it ever get old seeing your name on a billboard or your picture on a billboard like we're stood here and stuff like that now? That's pinch yourself moment, isn't it?
Yeah, it never gets boring. I think the first year I came, I wasn't on it anywhere. I wasn't as big a superstar in them days. Now I'm maybe a little bit bigger, so yeah, I'm on the poster now, and it is great to see yourself up there and outside Madison Square Gardens. Obviously, it's such an iconic venue, so yeah, really pleased about it.
Look, this is the flagship World Series venue. This is the one that everyone wants to get that call for.
Yeah, I think so. I think this is the biggest one on the calendar, too much, just from the prestigiousness of the venue you play in, how big the country is, how big it is to try and get darts in bigger here and stuff like that. So yeah, I think this is the one that all the players definitely want to win.
Is this the next step for darts conquering the world almost, to get their foot in America, and that we're making strides each year? This is getting bigger and bigger. Do you feel that we're getting there with it?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not seeing a massive increase like I thought might have happened since that, Luke's rise and the world final. I mean, it is getting bigger and bigger every year, but I'm not seeing that massive influx that I thought I was going to see. So I think we're still quite far away from cracking America, which is obviously the one that we want to do, because it's the next big step for darts.
Yeah, look, these World Series events, I remember how much it meant to you when you finally won that one. It was like ticking off the list of everything. What would it mean to add this one to the collection?
Yeah, I mean, every tournament I win, every one I add to the collection is obviously special, but obviously this is the one that out of all the World Series I really want to win. It's got the best players here, the best crowd. For me, this is by far the biggest one and the best one. So, like I said, all the players want to win, but for sure I want to put my name on it for once. We
saw you take a bit of time off on social media, feeling refreshed and ready to rock and roll again?
Yeah, I feel good. It was a good time in Benidorm. It was great fun. Good to, my mind, I didn't even think about darts once, to be honest. So, yeah, it was kind of great to just get away and, just enjoy myself and not have to worry about, the constant stress of darts.
Look, the World Cup, obviously, is a blot on the copybook. Were you surprised how much flack you and Luke have gotten over one game of darts?
Yeah, it was. I did, to be honest. I knew that when we lost, of course, it was going to be big news and that, but a lot of people forget that there's never once come out of mine and Luke's mouth that we said we were going to win it with ease. It was everyone else's. We knew that ain't the case. We're not silly, and everyone. It was kind of a bit gutting to see so many English fans happy to see us lose. I think that's the difference, isn't it? The Germans would never do that. They'd never be against their own players.
It was part. They were
pro-German. Sometimes in England, you get England go against their own country, which is fair play to the Germans. They created a great atmosphere. Obviously, incredibly tough environment to be involved in. I could tell by Luke's face he didn't enjoy it, and. I kind of relished it, but, he's still young to it. He didn't enjoy the environment that was in, and I don't blame him, to be honest, but we had to get on with it. We didn't win, and, that was it, but it seems to have carried on a lot. I thought it would have been nice if the Northern Ireland got a bit more, bit more talk about them actually winning it rather than us losing it.
Yeah, look, like you say, it's mad, but does that almost spur you on for next year to put it right?
Yeah, definitely. I think, there was a lot of talk about me and Luke not being a team, but coming from the horse's mouth, I can assure you we were a team. We were, we didn't arrive at the same time. No, because I said not to. I told Luke, do your own thing. There's no point in us trying to change out the ways we play. He gets there about 2 hours before. I get there 4 hours before. I need more practice. He don't. So I said to Luke, just do what you do before. Don't change yourself for me. He turned up at 2 hours after I did, and that was not us being a team. We sat right by each other on different, same tables. When I arrived, I was on the same table as my manager, someone that works for my management, my girlfriend Kaylee, 4-seater. So what am I going to do? I'm not going to kick them off the table. He sat right beside me. So all that sort of stuff about us not being a team was not true. We were well up for playing together. We get along really well. It just didn't happen, and that's it.
You've kind of beat me to the question now. I was going to say, would you have changed anything? But obviously not, because you've done what's best for you two.
Yeah, that was a whole agreement. It was not like you come 2 hours extra than you would do for me because I need more practice than you do. I just said that if you change things and you're changing the rhythm of what we usually do, it was something that just didn't happen. We didn't play horrifically. We still had like 93. It's okay, innit? But it just wasn't our best. And you've got to give credit to Germany. I thought they played fantastic, clinical on their doubles. That fifth leg, I think, was the one, wasn't it? That killed us.
Yeah.
If we'd have won that leg, gone 3-2 up, then I think we might have got into the zone a bit, but I think that deflated us. I think that was the turning moment.
Look, there's lots been made about Luke's relationship with Germany and the Euro Tours and so on. And are you worried, obviously you said he didn't enjoy that environment, are you worried that perhaps he won't go back and play the World Cup whilst it's in Germany, or do you think he will?
I don't know, to be honest. I guess that's a question you have to ask him. I think it's so prestigious that I just think he would, whether he goes back there in between Euro Tours, that's not my question to answer. You have to ask him that. I don't know. It's
on my list tomorrow.
Yeah. I'm sure he'll be the one to answer that for you. But that wasn't a nice environment for him to play in. I think, I think the way that he felt in that moment, I don't think he enjoyed it. But I just need to cut him a little bit of slack, and he's not really done too much wrong, is he? He's a great pioneer for the sport. I think we should all be celebrating a little bit more rather than burn and whistling.
Look, for you, big time coming up. Obviously, we've got here, Poland, and then the match play is
not in Poland.
Oh, in Poland. I haven't looked at the list, to be fair. But as in tournament-wise here, Poland, and then your match play. You return to defender. You're excited to go back to the Winter Gardens?
Yeah, really excited. Obviously, that's the one again, now that my eyes are set on. I'm all about wanting to retain titles now. I didn't get to retain the Worlds. I got 2 chances now to retain the match play in the Premier League. Obviously, them Triple Crown tournaments you want to do back to back, which is very special. So all eyes are on that. But of course, I'm here. My mind's on New York, winning this first, and then obviously I got a couple of weeks off, and then it's into Kiel for the Euro Tour. Then the match play starts. So I don't want it to be a failure. I want to go straight in and do well, and at least show a great bit of courage trying to defend my title.
Does it help going into big tournaments in good form, or are you one of these people that just forgets the last tournament and don't really worry about things like that?
Yeah, a bit of both, to be honest. I think sometimes I've gone into tournaments playing really well, winning them, then I sometimes have a little negative effect in my brain where I think, I haven't played for a good 7 days, so everything can change, but that's just what I'm like. I feel like if I'm playing bad, I can easily turn it around. If I'm playing good, I can easily turn it the other way and start playing rubbish. So I think I've got to the stage now where I don't really think too much into it. I just think about how I'm practicing on the day before, and then if that's going well, then my mind's so clear and focused on performing at the best of my abilities.
And for you guys, how good is it to see Michael back as well? Because he seems fresh, new attitude. He's going to push you and Luke and all the rest by the look of it. Yeah,
it is good to see him back. Obviously, what he's gone through, it's not easy for anybody. So it's nice to have him back, and this might be a catalyst now for him to fully focus on darts now and be like, right, that's it. I'm going full throttle at this, and I'm ready to recapture the form I had. When you've got a lot of stresses at home, sometimes there's more priorities. But now, his priority is darts and his kids. So you might see a resurgence. You might see him at that level. Maybe not at the right top level, but you might see him at a level now where he's really focused and ready to do some damage. So I got to be wary of that.
That smile says it all, because I remember that, I can't remember who you did the piece with, Charlie Murphy, that you still said this day, if everyone was in a room and they play at their best, he walks out.
I still believe that now.
That honesty is incredible.
Yeah. I just, it's everybody's opinion, isn't it? I think, Phil would have only been the other obvious choice. He was an unbelievable player at his peak, but I just remember then, I think it was like 2007, 2000. I was just, for me, I just never seen darts like that before. So,
look, last time we spoke, moving in day was happening. Are you all settled into the new place and that now? Kids hailing out, all there and all done?
Yeah, it's really nice to, that was a nice thing off my mind. I wasn't settled into my house properly. I know it's a small problem to most people, but it's a big problem to someone like me. I'm a warrior, so I just wanted that all sorted, and that got sorted, about 2 weeks before the Premier League final. So that sort of was a relief off my mind. I think that's why you see me in Leeds and Sheffield, and then at the Premier League finals, much more relaxed and much more enjoying myself and playing a lot better. So yeah, all settled in now, and just looking forward to the future.
Back end of the year, what's a good year for Luke Humphries from now on in?
Well, for me, I think, if you've not been too critical, I think I'd love to win one more major before the Worlds, for sure, which is, there's still 5 or 6 to go, and that's a fair assessment to be able to say I want to win one, and then win the Worlds again. I would love my 10th TV major to be another World Championships. If I can get one more, I'd feel that's confident enough for me to get the Worlds. And, there are a lot relies on that too. So if I want to stay at world number 1 or go into the new year as world number 1, I'd probably pretty much have to win that World Championships, to be honest, because it's so heavy-headed on the top that I think whoever wins that out of the top 10 will be world number 1. So, of course, I don't want to see that go. I've enjoyed being world number 1. If it goes, then so be it. I've had a great run, a couple of years. Not many people have done it for as long as I have been world number 1, but yeah, that's the goal for me, is to win that World Championship so I can stay at world number 1.
Well, you touched on that. From me, you've been one of the best ambassadors of the sport we've ever had as a world number 1 and a world champion. So for me, Carry on, mate. Thank you very much. And your time is always appreciated here, MSG, Luke. Thanks very
Always
much.
a pleasure. Thanks, Phil. Cheers, mate.